When one is drawing, when I teach drawing, I like us to be able to find what I call the center of a drawing, and it just really means the place to start, where everything makes sense, everything fits in around and beside it. So if I were drawing this little pear, this bosque pear, I would draw the base of the stem first and give myself an idea of where the stem goes and ends up. Then I can put the back of the pear on it, and I'd have nothing to erase. Then I would drop a line down to what looks like the bottom of the pear, and then just bring down my shapes. If I want to alter them as I go, I can do that. Then I can complete my stem. Could put a leaf on if I chose, or just leave it the way it is. Likewise with this squash, I would start at the top, because I'm seeing the stem from that is coming out of the top, and all I do is drop a line down to the end of that interesting turban shape, move around like that. Then I know that's the middle, and that is where my stem will come from, and it's really gorgeous. So I want to get all of that character in, all of those little ripples and knots and wrinkles. Then I can bring that, all this spiral that the squash has. And you can add as much or as little as you like. And with something like this, you've got so many lines that there's no mistakes in here, because it's all up for interpretation, and that's a really important thing as well. Tuck that in. Then I know there's my center, as I pointed out. This lobe of the squash comes like that. The next one is tucked over, ends up over there, and then this one comes from underneath, ends up here. All along here I have these warty bits I can play with, add to, and under here I can just see the base of the stem and a little bit more of the texture of the squash in there. You could turn it around, do it again and again, but find a place to start. So really, then you're never lost, because you know this is the center. This was the first one you draw. This comes up. You've got places to stop and start all over, because you've given yourself some breadcrumbs. We're not cameras, so we are interpreting this, but we want to get the real character and gesture of it. So I'm getting this angle through my pear, and then I could move this around again. Where would I start on this view? I'd start at the top with all of the stem, get all of that in, because everything else fits behind it and beside it. So I would put in some of these lovely lines, lovely spirals going round and round. And you can really model these with your painting, but even as a drawing, this is a beautiful thing to draw. Going around like that. It's not perfect, it's all wrinkled and squished, and it just makes a lovely thing to draw. Then you know everything radiates from this center, and then that is how you get some of that shape. Dips down a bit, comes up. Now it's deep over here, but you know it all comes from that center. And you can just see a little bit, you know that's the center, and you can just see a little bit of this coming from out of that way. Then all of the modeling, all of the warts and everything are going to get put on as you work more on your drawing. Don't worry about too much detail to start with though, just get a shape in, get a little bit of shading so it gives you an idea of what's going to happen next. There's a little bit of hatching in there between those lobes. And just work your way around, radiating from that center. So no matter how you put it, you find a center to start. There's my middle, the stump at the bottom. Everything is coming out from there, for better or worse.